Three, two, go.
What up, guys? This is episode 13 of DJ Talks. I'm Johnny,
Hey, I'm Dan.
and I think this week we're going to talk about the World Championship for League of Legends. It is season 7. I think this is technically their 5th World Championship because they started doing it. No, 6th.
Sixth.
Because they started doing it season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
TPA.
that TPA Azubu Frost. That was some
Yeah.
good shit. Oh, wait, Dan, didn't we watch? Yeah, we watched
Yeah.
that finals together.
We watched it at U of I in
And we ordered a
Gregory
pizza.
Hall. At Greg Hall. And we ordered a pizza in the back, and people were staring at us. I remember
Yeah,
it
and they were
perfectly.
like, "Oh, is that part of the event?" And it was like, "No, Dan just ordered it. We paid him because we were hungry as fuck in a room full of sweaty nerds."
Dude, it was so long. So, I mean, obviously, it was a 5-game series, right? I don't remember. Yeah, it probably was.
I don't remember, but it was
Whatever.
you, me, Winfield, Bianca, Helen, um, Alex Chan. I think was there too. Dude, that was a fun time, man.
Yeah.
Holy
We
shit! That
haven't
was our
had that in
freshman
a
year at
while,
college.
so maybe we should do
Ooh,
that for this year. Oof.
ooh. Well,
Oof.
I'm gonna be going to some World's Watch Party somewhere in Midwest,
Oh,
probably
really?
on like with Tespa.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know where I'll end up, but like you could definitely come with me. Obviously, Tespa wouldn't be able to pay for you, but like we could go together and then check out some like big ass viewing party
I
held by like
mean,
some
if
of
you
the
want
best.
Tespa to help pay, you can use your budget and.
They're taking care of the boy, like me.
All right, all right, all right.
But
Sounds good.
um, yeah.
But
But now we're gonna get right into it. So we're talking Worlds this year. If you guys have like no interest in League, we're gonna try to make it entertaining, but we're also not gonna get into too many analytical points because by no means are Dan and I experts. So a lot of this is just gonna be like us talking about our thoughts and being fanboys and stuff. So
yeah, I mean,
um,
we may throw in a couple of things that we're like, hey, NA, we got that analysis life, whatever shit. I don't know, whatever it's going.
yeah, but we really don't know that. But like, if you want good analytical
KDA.
content, then like
Ooh.
go see Scara stuff, go watch Mark Z stuff. I think they do the greatest league show together, so
Thorin
that's
has
pretty
a
dope.
fucking 5 hour long
5 hours. Oh
talking
my god.
to like
Oh,
6 different people. Most of it is EU, which I hate because I
I
don't
can't
like.
believe you watched the whole fucking 5 hours,
Oh
dude.
yeah, I wanted to be prepped for this show,
Oh my
so I wanted to
gosh.
hear all the expert analysis, especially if I don't watch
Jeez.
as much as I would like. But yeah, I definitely don't watch like every other scene,
Yeah.
LMS,
That's just insane to me.
LCK, LPL. I mean, 5 hours. I just kind of leave it in the side in the background. This is what
Yeah,
you
I mean
guys
that
should
makes
all
sense.
do for our videos. Just leave it in the
Yeah.
background. Listen to our beautiful voices. Love us.
I know that we have one viewer who was watching us at the beginning. I don't know if she keeps watching us now, but she told us like she listened to our podcast when it was like super shitty quality. It's still kind of shitty, but at least like our voices sound okay.
I hope.
And I hope.
We
Oh
hope.
yeah, we actually didn't test out for this one, so we should have did that earlier. But but yeah, she was like, yeah, I listened to you guys and you guys got me through the morning and got me to work. I was like, I don't know, that made me really fucking happy. So
Hmm.
um. I mean, she's an example of what you guys could be doing listening to us. But I
Yeah.
also know it's hard because if you don't have YouTube Red, then you have to leave the video playing, and you probably want to be connected to Wi-Fi.
You know
And
what? We can actually probably toss out an MP3 link to people, maybe just on like a file share thing, and you guys can listen to it or
yeah,
download it. And
it'd be kind of ghetto, but we could probably do that if
yeah,
people are interested. If you're actually interested, respond. Like,
yeah,
comment
because
somewhere, let us know. Because then, like, if we actually have enough people that are interested, we'll do it. But like,
all
yeah.
right, all right. We'll toss it back into Worlds here.
All right, let's get to Worlds.
World 2017. This year is going to be in China. It's going to be in 4 locations. Groups. It's going to be in Wuhan, China.
Wasn't that the play-in, dude?
I
The
think that was
play-in
the
was in
groups.
Wuhan.
I think
Wait,
groups is
what?
in Wuhan too. Yeah, groups in Wuhan too. Or
Really?
no, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Guang
not.
quarterfinals is in Guangzhou.
Wait. Okay.
Semifinals is Shanghai.
Oh, they're separating the quarters and
and
semis.
then Beijing is finals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I did my
all right,
research,
all right,
man.
all right.
I got
My
this.
my boy knows. My boy knows. That's good.
After
That's.
listening to 6 hours of League of Legends talk shows, you know what? I better be someone knowledgeable on something.
I guess you gotta at least know where they are. That's cool.
And so this year the prize pool is going to be 2.25 million plus whatever sales happen for any type of worlds um, merchandise, right?
Mhm.
Any type of world's merchandise that will be added on to the actual world's prize pool. So 2.25 million already, which is super amazing, super cool. I got this off of the League of Legends NA.lol esports website, I believe. Um, Go on there, check it out. They have the breakdown of kind of first place, second place, third place. You know, I think first place is 37.5%. So yeah, these teams are getting good amounts, and they've raised the prize pool a lot. And I love how
Yeah.
they started doing the same thing that Dota 2 did,
It's
where
not quite the same though, because
right,
Dota, I
of
mean,
course.
from what last I checked, they have the compendium which you
Hmm.
buy, and all of that money goes into the prize pool.
Yeah,
But like the way Riot's doing it, 25% of a skin goes in, and you have to buy the skin, which is, I mean, I guess it's okay. I literally just bought the skin because I know that money is gonna go to players, but I don't know. I still wish that a greater 25% just seems too small to me,
you
but
know, with the number of people that actually play League of Legends, especially not just in NA, because NA is not a huge population, but China too, and you know, every single region is going to pool in this, I believe.
is that really how it
I
works?
think so, but I'm
I mean,
not
if that's the
sure.
case, then I don't know.
There's a lot of people buying it, so I mean, even if it raises it by like 500,000 or something, that's still good for a team. Still good
If
for
it
the
only raised it
teams.
by $500,000 and no one bought the skin, at least that's like my perception. Like not a lot of people bought. Did you buy it?
What skin?
Championship Ash. What the hell?
No, you get to earn it. It's
Wait,
like
what?
yeah, yeah. In the Champion Ash skin, you know, if you do those quests every day, you have those tokens, and those tokens can eventually buy a Championship Ash.
I know. I thought it was just a chroma that it buys. I don't think you buy the skin with it. Yeah, you have
Oh,
to
I
buy
don't
the
know.
skin with RP and real money, so that that money goes to the world's pool. The stuff that you get from the quest, I'm pretty sure it's just like a gold chroma and then like a ward skin and some other
I think it's
random weird stuff.
Championship Ash.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yo, I got League pulled up right now. I'ma
Are you
check it
checking?
out.
Yo,
I'ma
you should
check
check.
it
I'm
out.
pretty sure it's not actually Championship Ash, but you can
Golden
check.
Championship. Ah, shit.
It's a chroma, dude. I told you.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
I was saving up all these.
Oh, it's just a chroma. You don't actually get the skin.
All right. Well, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. It's all right. It's all right. I mean,
It's a skin for the skin that you have to
I
buy.
bought
Oh,
the I bought the TSM uh logo.
did
The
you buy Championship Ash though?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I mean, I
Uh,
get you bought the logo. Doesn't money go to the team too or some shit?
yeah, it was like 400 some RP. Um,
And
and
you get to keep the emote.
yeah, you get to keep
Yeah.
it's permanent emote. So people out there, buy your favorite team because they're permanent. You get to keep it forever. So
Yeah.
previous
So
years they were free or they were like one IP or something, but they weren't permanent. Now got it. We
you gotta
got
get
it.
that Hong Kong Assassins
Yeah.
emote.
You mean the one that's probably not going to even be in the LMS next year? Who knows?
Rip.
um, but yeah, it went this year. I think they did something new with Worlds where they had a play-in stage as well. Johnny got
Yeah.
to watch a couple of probably games from there. What are your thoughts first off on play-ins and the style that they use this year? So rather than having just one big Worlds and groups, have a huge play-in first in order to determine that last group.
I loved it. I thought the formatting was great. It's really nice because it gives small regions a chance to play in the main tournament. And like I mean Fenerbahce probably wouldn't be in groups if their plans wasn't a thing. And it was also really cool because you got to see like a bunch of small regions that you probably have not really seen too much on a main on the international stage
Hmm.
participating in Worlds. So like Rampage, for example, like Japan's big team, they were pretty garbage, but it was still cool to see that they were able to compete against, the likes of other smaller regions. Randomly getting to see Gambit again was also a lot of fun.
That
I
was
just think that like it creates incentive to do well in your region so that you can make it to a higher seed, and the seed rewarding is huge because now being third seed in like Europe, NA, whatever, is like that feels bad because you have to like play for your spot in Worlds even though you're like kind of in Worlds.
yep.
And I know people keep saying like tonight or whenever, I don't know when this video is going to get uploaded. We're probably going to try to upload it in time, but um even though the first games of the group stage is considered the first games of Worlds, I disagree. I think that the play-in counts as the World Championship, and it was really exciting to see like like just like test the waters and to see like how teams are playing and what the meta looks like, and what kind of weird picks are showing up. That's the fun part about Worlds too, like seeing random weird regional picks. So like smaller teams being able to pull out their pocket picks and what they're comfortable with is really nice. I just think that like having more teams participate in a really big tournament for the most played game in the world is really exciting, and like it just felt like it was hyping up the main tournament for me.
And it's also growing the entire esports scene in general because every single scene has their own team kind of playing in this play-in, so they can support their team even though they probably won't get far. Other than the Fenerbahce team,
Yeah.
which was a surprise, sort of.
And it's
Um,
really nice because like you have other small regions, they get to cheer for like their team
mhm,
on the world stage. Like, you know, Brazil randomly gets representation, which is really nice. Turkey gets representation.
mhm.
Yeah, it's really, really nice that like tiny little regions they get to shine. It's really cool.
Definitely. And where is Fenerbahce even from? I'm checking that out right now. Are they the Turkey team?
They might be. I don't know, dude. I'm just being
Oh, they're
honest.
Turkey. They're Turkey team. They're
They are
Turkey team.
Turkey. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right, I had to check that up and Google that because they
that's
actually
cool.
made it into the group stage of Worlds. So,
Yeah, they're fucked, but it'll be fun to watch.
all right. So you got to watch a couple of games of the Worlds.
Yeah.
What do you think of the champion picks right now?
Champion picks. Shit, I don't remember too many of the champion picks.
Yeah. Let's pop
So a
that
lot
out
of it
right
is
now.
like, I mean, you saw a decent amount of Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw got like one of the pentakills at Worlds, and has been a pretty highly contested pick because I know teams are blind picking Kog'Maw on red side because uh, it's just so powerful in an artist center meta that like you just play protect the Kog'Maw and then
Hmm.
like go into that. What is it like? They call it the Juggernaut meta or some shit. I don't know. I think there. We saw a couple of weird jungle picks too, and there are a lot of jungle slash support bands. You saw a decent amount of Thresh, which was fun. Um, Gosh, I don't remember a lot of the picks honestly.
Yeah. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pop it on the screen right
Oh,
now.
I know that Rampage's mid laner had a pretty good Syndra, but like the rest of that team was pretty bad. So I mean,
No,
that's
no, no.
whatever.
I mean, it's cool, man. I mean, they had fun.
I mean,
You
yeah,
can say they had fun. They enjoyed themselves in this experience that they had.
yeah,
They can come back next year saying, "Hey, you know what? We at least played in Worlds last year."
yeah. That's better than nothing. You can at least speak up and talk about your experience there when you go. I don't know. It's just like that's just some feels bad,
All right.
but
You know what? I'm pulling up some of these champion picks
yeah, by all means.
and going through some of this. So, because I'm curious. I'm
Yeah, I
curious.
don't
I
know.
haven't played much of this meta yet. I have been playing a lot of Ezreal and Nidalee. Like
Oh yeah, we did see Astral Jungle for
I've been
sure.
playing a lot of Ezreal and Nidalee jungle, and
Mhm.
literally it's just Ezreal, Nidalee. If I get a jungle, Ezreal, Nidalee. I don't care
Really?
what I'm playing. I don't care what I'm
Holy
playing
shit.
against. If you even look at my profile right now, I think my match history. Hmm. Probably. Yeah. If I get jungle, it's Ezreal and Nidalee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, five. Maybe not that many, but
Mhm.
I don't get jungle that often, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Surprisingly, you'd think they wouldn't do that well. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird having that like AD carry or Nidalee has been in the jungle before, but AD carry Ezreal. It's odd. It's very odd. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, a couple of champions they had. Let's see here, Gragas in the jungle, Jarvan in the jungle. Um, you had
Oh, so Lee
Ash.
Sin made an appearance too, which is really cool because I don't know, you don't see a lot of Lee Sin anymore in like a more tank oriented meta.
Hmm. And it's because he got a buff in the last patch, I believe.
Oh yeah.
He got a slight buff, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but he got a slight buff, and that's why, especially if people start shifting towards kind of Ezreal Nidalee almost.
Hmm.
Expert opinions say that Lee Sin can at least somewhat duel them and do well.
Oh, Maokai was also a pretty hot pick. We saw a good amount of Maokai.
Mhm.
Oh, Tristana, holy crap, dude,
Yeah.
Tristana's so good right in on this patch.
Tristana, Kog'Maw, any hyper carries that you could just
Yeah, and
literally
Zaya, Zaya's huge.
toss on a shield or something, and
Yeah.
just say, "Hey, you know what? Now you're OP, right?" Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
Callista too. Callista's really good on this patch right now,
Callista, Galio,
or like
um,
Underworld's patch. I'm just thinking.
Talia, Jensen played Rise.
Hmm.
So a bunch of these picks, super cool, super diverse. I think they said 60 some picks already
Yeah,
in
yeah, a
play in
little over 60
itself.
champions were picked.
Um, which I mean, yeah, out of the hundred some champions, I feel like 60 is a solid amount. It's about
Mm.
half of the champions. Which obviously can be more, and they can diversify probably even more. And you might see a couple of champions pop out in actual group stage and world bracket stage, but
Yeah.
you know
I mean, we did
it's
see like a decent amount of like weird picks because small teams, you know.
of course something like let's see here, Jack's top. I heard Jax was actually good top now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard he's randomly like a pretty good pick.
Just randomly some random pick that is very good.
Mhm.
And then yeah, Rise mid for some odd
Yeah,
reason.
Rise is back. What the hell?
Tarek as well was in the support lane. Uh, got. I mean, those are some of the weirder picks, but hey, by all means, all power to them. Whatever they can win with, or whatever they like to play.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna get in the group stage anyways. Cool. Fenerbahce
Yeah.
got their chance. So
Dude, they're so fucked. How like they're up against G2, RNG, and I have a note, Samsung. They're so fucked, dude.
I
I mean, they might take a
mean,
game off of G2 or RNG because, you know, whatever. But I think Samsung's going to come out of the group like 6-0.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
almost certain. But we can get to groups later. You were talking about champion picks.
champions, very cool.
Yeah.
It's just from what all the experts say, it's the meta of hyper carries or 80 carries at least.
Which
80
is like really
carries.
exciting to watch.
You'll see pop off moments or very stupid moments as well, where people try to run in. They're like, "Oh, you got my shields. You got my shields," and then they probably get wrecked or something. They
Yeah.
think they have their shields, and then boom, popped. Or they can pop off and be like 1v or at least like 3v5 or a huge pentakill by the AD carry. I think
Yeah.
anything AD carry related is kind of cool because you get to see these massive damage things just walking around, skirting the edge of the line of danger versus um, damage, and then you make one wrong move, boom, your team is done.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
but yeah, I think it's really cool. You have your two tanks, sometimes one tank,
Oh,
mostly two
Sejuani.
tanks.
Isn't Sejuani like really good right now?
Sejuani,
Yeah.
I
Sejuani's a pretty good pick.
I heard it's all right now. Yeah, it's still like a solid pick because it's a tank jungler. They
Yeah.
normally have like either their tank jungler, tank top, or tank jungler, tank support,
Hmm.
or they can do the tank top, tank support. But they have two tanks, one one 80 carry hyper carry.
Right.
Mid lane, actually, mid lane could be a tank too of Galio, which is possible, but not used very often. And then you have your Ardent Sensor support, and then you have another carry either top lane or they can do that Ezreal or Nidalee jungle. So they have so many options now, which is kind of cool. And you'll see so much diversity in that, but who knows? I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see a lot of different champion picks come out. So
And then like at group stage, we're gonna see some of these like pretty skill based, like you said, hyper carry champions on really good players. Like holy shit, an 80 carry meta where Uzi gets a chance to shine, where Prey gets a chance to shine. Where we're gonna see like Double Lift and Sneaky going nuts on. I'm so excited. Sven, I'm super excited to be Sven from G2. Oh man,
I mean,
this is so fucking hype, dude.
yeah. And, other than that, hey, they're alright. They're alright.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to see some of these players, man.
They alright. They're not that good. They're not a double lift, right?
Oh my god, get out of here.
No, double lift fanboying. It's cool. It's cool.
What are the chances that we see Reckless play Kennen 80 carry at Worlds?
0.
You don't think it's gonna happen at all?
0 chance. They got fucked so hard at MSI that they're like, you know what? We got to play some more meta carry. Meta picks.
Instead of meta.
They got fucked so hard at MSI. And that battle of the whatever, the NA versus EU thing, that is just
Rift Rival.
Rift Rivals, yeah. That they just got so embarrassed at Rift Rivals that it's boom, They couldn't even stand a chance. And he played Kennen 80 carry there. It's just not that meta.
Yeah,
it's okay.
but
It's okay.
It might happen, dude. This is Worlds. It might be like playing a tiebreaker game. And it's like boom,
I will
He
zero
just
chance it. I will 0% chance. Yes.
I think he's gonna play at least one game.
One game of Kennen.
At least one game. Just
All
I'll
right.
I'll say like one game. At
All
least
right.
one.
We might make a couple of bets throughout this. I won't bet on that because that's a stupid bet because I feel like that's a stupid
What?
I don't care about Reckless's Kennen. I don't care about Kennen
you
itself.
obviously feel like I have the advantage here. Gosh.
That's like I don't really care about the Kennen. I don't care about Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do that great.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll talk about it.
I actually think Fnatic is way underrated, but we could talk about them when we get to the groups.
All right. Well, I mean,
We're just gonna hop into it.
we just hop into it, right?
All right.
Group A.
We're going with Group A first. All right. So
Group A. We got SKT. We got AHQ. We got EDG. And we got C9. We got a Korean team, a Chinese team, an LMS team, and an NA team. So you got 2 of the best regions. Actually, technically 3 of the best regions. LMS could be considered. And then NA, right?
But
But C9, I mean, whenever they went to Worlds, they've made it out of group stages. They've done some work, and
C9 is also looking really fucking good right now. I mean, yeah, they're playing against like some
shitty ass teams. Yeah, the
I
worst
mean,
of the
I was gonna
teams.
say shit tier teams too, but like I think they look really good regardless. I so I have them getting out of groups.
All right, yeah, me too. It's cool.
So my pick'em for Group A is SK Telecom, Cloud9,
Mhm.
EDG, and AHQ.
Same as me.
Really?
Same as me, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I kind of went for C9 because I've heard some rough things about EDG being iffy, because they have the same player. Like, remember Mouse got shit on last year? Their top laner, that guy named Mouse.
I don't remember.
All right, well, exactly. Nobody remembers him.
Right.
No, they just remember. I remember him. People just talked so much shit about him, and he was really bad last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone keeps saying Clear Love chokes. So the jungler of EDG.
Oh
Clear Love
yeah,
chokes.
Yo, he got so much hype last year. Clear was really good though.
Yeah, but he choked. Like he shit the bed last year.
Oh, wait. And then Scout is Faker's like. Okay, so for those people that don't really know, Scout used to be on SKT as a sub, for mid lane, and then I don't remember what happened, but he left, but he trained under Faker for a bit. So I know that the casters are gonna like talk about this like little story between like Scout and Faker and like mentor versus mentee, some bullshit narrative that they're gonna come up with, but
Yeah, and
it is kind of cool.
Scott's gonna get absolutely dumpstered. It's cool. All right, that's what I'm gonna say right now. But then you have iBoy, which is the AD carry of
What the
EDG, which is
fuck is that?
exactly. So he's the brand new AD carry of EDG. They said that he's only played about 20 games total, and he's like a 17-year-old kid. I don't unless he's the cockiest, like Uzi level cocky of kind of player, then I don't. I mean, it's his first Worlds. He's only played 20 games professionally.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's why I don't know. It's just all these little small little things that's
I mean,
EDG, right?
I think those are great reasons. I have no reason to put EDG down other than the fact that I want it. I believe any can make it out, and I think that I'm just not convinced that EDG is that good. Also, I just like so my gut says that if NA makes it out of this group, then it won't be first seed because I strongly believe that SKT is the probably the strongest team at the World Championship. So if they're gonna make it out of the group, I'll give them second place, and then I think EDG is better than AHQ. So that's literally why I ranked it. I don't have any good reason other than that.
All right. Well, yeah. I just kind of
Yeah.
listened to that and it was like, oh yeah, I knew. Oh, cool. iBoy's a new player. This person's a new player. This is like
Yeah.
this, and then boom.
Yeah.
But no, that's Group A. What do you think of SKT bringing Hooney? Have you
I'm
heard of or watched or even listened to SKT's little like sub thing? Because you have Hooney and Utara
yeah.
as top laners, and then you have Peanut and Blank as subs
Hmm.
or as junglers, and then everyone
Yeah.
else is their role. And
Um.
they picked Peanut and Blank over
Yeah.
having both Hooney and Utara.
Yeah. So I think just based on the way it played out, it just tells me that Coma whooped Hooney's ass into shape and is gonna make sure that he's like gonna be the consistent performer that SKT needs
Hmm.
in the top laner and not tilt like he did in Immortals and whatever. But um, I've always been comfortable with Blank as a jungler. I know that when there was like that Blank Bengi thing, that was like pretty fun to watch, and I think that that worked out really well for them. But I think Peanut's like fucking amazing. If there's anything that I know about him, like his performance at last year at Worlds was insane. And I mean, I didn't watch a lot of SKT's games this season. I watched a little bit, but I still think that he's a really good player. So they could have easily gone with the safe pick, keeping Peanut there. But flexing the jungle pick allows, or the jungle player allows you to do more with how the playstyle is, since like there's just less
Hmm.
visibility on the jungler in the early game. That's just like a fact. And so I think that just having that very variable factor means that there is more flexibility and how SKT can play,
Hmm.
as opposed to like a top laner who might not have as much flexibility. Obviously, it's not the case for a team like Cloud9 where they don't have a flex jungler or whatever, but I think that Cloud9 makes it work for them in the like rate impact synergy. So
So
I think that's a good decision.
a lot of people have been saying, all the experts have been saying, or at least one, maybe Kelsey Moser, has been saying that potentially because SKT lost to Longju in the finals
Hmm.
of LCK, with Untaro playing the final two games or something, they lost with Untaro basically.
Hmm.
They're saying, hey, you know what? Huni won at least one game against Longju. We might as well bring Huni because Untaro probably won't match up against Longju well. So Huni, even though he's risky, we can probably dumpster every other team except Longju. So with either of the players.
I think that's shitty logic because that's basically saying that the decision to pick Huni over Untara came down to a single match.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes sense because you expect them to be the only other major contender compared to every other
Mm-hmm.
region being like what you would expect to be weaker than you. But I don't think that SKT is that narrow-minded and that they're gonna pick a player based on the performance of one thing, unless that was like a final trial that they gave him. But that just doesn't sound like good logic to me. It just seems like they're putting all their eggs in one basket, but that doesn't logically that doesn't make sense coming from a management perspective that I would imagine Coma has.
But if you think about it, SKT and Korea has never really had problems with beating any other team
That's not true
besides
because they struggled
Korea.
last year too. When they were, what's it called?
At
Oh, you're saying
Worlds?
that.
At
Oh,
Worlds?
wait. So no, I interrupted you. That's my fault. You said that they've never struggled against any other teams except for Korean teams.
Yeah.
So you're saying that.
The only way that they potentially could lose is if they lose to a Korean team. Now, obviously the other favorite of the worlds is Longju. So they're probably trying to match up the best against Longju because they can prepare well for every other team. But Untaro didn't have a good game against Longju. That's the thought, I guess.
I don't know. I think that narrative is very narrow-minded. I don't think that that's how it played out. I'm sure that there are way more factors into just like, oh, you sucked against Longju, you're out. That's because that's basically what Kelsey is saying.
Because no, basically, Huni is a carry player as well, but he could play tanks. And if you have heard anything about Longju, Khan is a super hyped up player right now,
Yeah, he is.
and he's a carry player as well, right? Matching carry versus carry at least equally versus Untaro, which they keep saying is a safe player. He can play tanks well. He can just kind of sit through lane. Whereas you need Huni to dumpster over this top laner, or you need Huni to get an advantage, and then boom.
But I think that that's a different argument, saying that Huni is more of a aggressive cannony type of player as opposed to Untaro, who's like what people like to say, the rock in the top lane. I think that's totally different from saying that it mattered. The performance against Longju mattered.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
that's where they decided Huni can probably match up the best against Khan.
Hmm.
And if they can match up the best against Khan, they can potentially beat Longju. And obviously, if they have this idea of Korea being better than every other team, for the most part, they can at least prepare very well for all the other teams. Because Huni's
But
not a
then,
bad player. Huni is still a very good player, but they can match up better against the favorites of the world.
but then that's to say that then the question would be why didn't they just always choose Huni? Why is Intara like relevant in the equation at all? Because then you're like that goes back. That kind of says like on a team you don't necessarily want like one or two playmakers and then a bunch of support. So you want all five of your main roster plus your sub to be able to initiate and make those plays, right?
Mhm.
So,
Well, it's probably because they had the options of picking both or
mhm.
having both subs during the LCK time. So they can have more diversity. Whereas now they're limited to only one sub. So now they have to make that final decision. And that may have played a huge factor into it's just a theory. Obviously we'll never know, but
Yeah,
it's a theory. It's some type of
I
theory.
don't agree with it. I think it's bad logic, but that's just me.
I like it. I like the logic. It feels good to me. All right, moving on. Unless you have any final thoughts on.
Nah, that's
Okay.
good. We can keep rolling.
All right, Group B. We got Longju. Either most people may say they're a favorite as well to win Worlds. Immortals, Fnatic, and Gigabyte Marines. We got your Korean, NA, EU, and LMS. Not a bad draw. Pretty cool.
This is like a super free group for Longju.
Yeah, super free group for Longju.
Super free.
Well, any group would be super free for Longju.
No, not at all, dude. I completely disagree.
I feel
I
like
don't think it's that free if they had G2 or if they had what RNG, but I mean even I don't even know if I would say it's free for them if TSM was in there, but I still think that they would like definitely be the favorite. This though, like they have a bunch of like second and third place teams, man.
yeah.
This is so free for them.
Plus, Gigabyte I think was first in their. No, it
Were
was
they?
Flash Wolves.
No, there's no
Flash
way.
Wolves. Yeah, Flash
Yeah,
Wolves. Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
They
I
have
know
a
that
bunch of
Longzhu
stuff.
can't get any other first place seeds, but it's like I don't know, man. This group of teams is
It's weird and
yeah.
nasty. But all right, I mean, my pick'em: Longju, Immortals, Fnatic, Gigabyte.
This sounds pretty good, but I would switch Fnatic and Immortals.
You see what? You see what I'm gonna say though? They had so much trouble through EU,
Yeah.
and they looked somewhat shaky in play-ins too.
Hmm.
All of those factors coming into play, it's like, can they really do it? They just look so bad throughout, from what everyone says, throughout the entire summer season, as well as looking in play-ins. They actually lost
Hmm.
to one of the teams. So it's like,
Yeah,
I mean, and then they almost lost another game as well. So they almost
that's true.
lost another game against the same team, though.
Hmm.
So it's all these semi small little factors. It's like, well, we haven't seen Immortals play yet, but you know what? I have some NA hype train here going. I got all three. Spoiler alert! I got all three teams going through to passing
Dude,
out of
that's
groups.
not a spoiler, like, because you fucking said that you bought the TSM icon
Yo,
earlier.
yo,
Like,
yeah, no.
why the hell would you buy the TSM icon and then not hope they got out of groups?
Maybe I'm just thinking super logically and like, all right, well, TSM's probably not going to make it. No, maybe. I mean, spoiler alert, right? You don't know.
Get this garbage out of here. No, so I agree. I think that Fnatic did not look as good as I would have hoped for them in groups. I have always kind of liked Fnatic only because like I remember back the roster was like Expect Cyanide, so as they had Reckless and then Yellowstar. I really like that iteration of Fnatic, and I've kind of like just sort of been rooting for the brand since, kind of like the way am with Cloud9 a little bit.
Mhm.
I really don't like root too much for teams anymore because it's I think it's more fun to watch like from a different perspective as opposed to like cheering for somebody, but there's also like the excitement of like cheering for your favorite team, right? So but anyway, I mean Immortals has always been like a pretty solid team, and they really picked it up going into week 3, week 4 of the summer split of NALCS. But I'm just not convinced that Fnatic or Immortals are more consistent. But my gut just tells me that Fnatic is a stronger team, and I think that they're going to show up. I don't really have a good reason for that either.
Yep.
So like for me, the way I see the group is like either Fnatic is less consistent than Immortals, so Immortals makes it, or Fnatic is more consistent than Immortals, so they make it, or they're both just garbage, and a Gigabyte Marines makes it a quarterfinals, which would be like funny as hell if they just like randomly made it under Longzhu. But my gut just tells me that Fnatic is going to be the stronger player, even though I would fucking love it if 3 NA teams made it out. I
Mhm.
just like my gut just tells me that Fnatic's going to do it.
See, why I'm thinking this as well is because I'm taking Rift Rivals into account. Yeah, it was a while ago,
Mm.
but it seems like EU has their own set of their own kind of meta itself, and it just never seems like, at least this year, it just doesn't seem like it was that great. Not that I know anything about EU at all, but based on Rift Rivals, they got absolutely dumpstered. They probably took it back. They probably learned a little bit, but at the same time, NA has been improving as well. So I'm feeling the hype train for NA this year. It's about that time when we got some NA talent into making it out of groups. It's finally time. It
Yeah.
is time that NA Master Region gets out
Uh,
of groups, man. It is time. I am ready. I'm hyped.
yeah, I
I
think
feel it.
so. This is gonna be weird to say, but I think Immortals has a better chance to get out than Cloud9 does. But I I believe more in Cloud9's ability to perform well than I do Immortals.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I know that's like weird, and that might not necessarily make sense, but because all at the same time, I'm still kind of rooting for Immortals as like an NA fan. But you
Of
know,
course.
I just my gut just tells me it's Fnatic.
Yeah. And then Longju. Super cool, super hyped. Khan, this like carry top laner playing Jace in the finals of LCK. That's the only thing I know about him. I heard so much stuff, and I'm like, Khan, carry, Jace, and that's it.
Yeah.
But he played Jace when everybody else was playing tanks, which is super
Mm-hmm.
cool because you can finally see a carry player in a different in a. He's not supposed to play it in this meta, but he did. Or from what the experts say, he's not supposed to play it, but he did, and they won, which is super cool. I like. Obviously, everybody likes carries better because it's more exciting. Tanks just sit
Mm-hmm.
there, they take damage, meat fight or something, just whacking each other with a piece of celery or something. I don't know, just boom, boom, boom. But this is
Yeah.
this is like you're taking a sword, a gun, bringing it to a celery fight. I don't know what I just said.
All right.
You
All
can quote
right.
that. Bringing a
A
gun
plus.
to a celery fight.
A plus.
And then you have obviously Prey and Gorilla, who's been together for a while, which is super hype too.
Yo, Prey is
Um,
fucking hype, dude. I'm so excited to see him play.
yeah, man, it's super awesome. So Prey and Gorilla, I'm excited
Hmm.
to see that as well. Then
Yeah.
you got Gigabyte Marine, who nobody knows too much about. They've been here before. You've heard of Optimus, right? Remember Optimus?
I think people remember Levi more than Optimus.
Yeah, but Optimus has that cool name.
Levi is cool too. What the hell?
Levi, Levi.
It's for all the weebs out there, man.
All the
Levi's
weebs.
pretty dope. He's a weeb too. He said it in an interview at MSI. They asked him what his name was, and he said, "I'm a weeb." He didn't actually say that. But
He said weeb. All right. Any thoughts on this Group B?
no. I mean, I like that we have a little disagreement here, so we'll get to see how it plays out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, moving on to Group C. I'm excited too. We got Fenerbahce,
Hmm.
Turkey team, technically a emerging region team. Okay, right? Emerging
Right.
region. We are considered emerging region too. They don't call it wild cards anymore, because that's disrespectful.
I guess it has a negative connotation to it. Yeah.
G2, RNG, and Samsung Galaxy.
Hmm.
Thoughts? Go.
I think RNG and Samsung's gonna take it. I think the closest match between here is RNG and G2. I think okay, so if like G2 doesn't fuck around and they actually have this shit together, it'll be really dope to see how well they can perform at a high level. But I'm just like not convinced that this roster is gonna take it. I mean, I really like Sven and Mithy from when Sven had a different name. I don't remember what it was when he was in Origin. Um,
Oh
but
God, no, he had Sven.
no, he had a different
Origin.
name. He changed his name. He changed his name while he was on Origin,
Oh, okay.
and then
Maybe that's
moved
why.
to G2. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but that's not relevant. I don't know. I think that G2 could make it out, but it's like I give them like a 10%, 15% chance. Fenerbahce's fucked. They're gonna have 6 games where they have fun. That's cool.
No. You know
Uh,
what? I'm gonna say Fenerbahce is gonna take one game.
All right,
in
they'll
this group.
take one
One
game
game.
off of RNG because RNG's trolling. But like, I don't know, man. But that'll be after RNG secures their spot.
All right.
I just don't feel like they might get one game. You know, the wild emerging region upset. You know, that'll be cool. I think Fenerbahce will be fun to watch because like their name is dope as fuck, and they're also like that out of nowhere region. You know,
Their name
they're
is
the
dope as fuck.
they're the Albus Nox Luna of last year. They're gonna randomly make it to what was it, quarterfinals or semifinals or some shit, and you'll be like, what the hell? How'd they get here?
All right. All right. I'm gonna tell you my opinion right now.
Yeah, lay it on me.
I have a little different, very different, or slightly different. Sorry. G2, from what I've heard, they didn't do well in summer. They had a rough time. They picked it up. They got better, but they're looking shaky. I feel like EU this year just looks shaky in general.
Oh yeah.
They just don't look like they had a lot, from what everyone says, they don't look like they had very competitive region. They just kind of look like, oh, top two teams are good. Maybe the third team is okay, and then the rest is just shit.
Yeah.
You don't even know the rest of the teams, right? Then my pick'ems, RNG is gonna get first.
No.
Samsung
No way.
Galaxy is gonna get second.
Hell no, dude.
G2 is gonna get third, and Fenerbahce is gonna get last. All right.
No way RNG's getting first in
All
this
right.
group. I don't believe.
I feel it.
No way.
I'm
That's
gonna
that's your
say-
Chinese pride speaking, dude.
Oh no, I don't give a shit. All right. Everything that I listened to and heard, Samsung Galaxy has been looking shaky. They got third place. They barely got third place. They should have actually not gotten third place. KT Rolster was supposed to be part of this world, but for whatever reason, they just choked so hard. And I listened to people talk about this. It is absolutely insane. They had, I think, 4 chances or something to make it to Worlds. 1, they beat SKT, right? They had to beat SKT. 2, I think they had went through Gauntlet. 3, all that had to happen was I think SKT beating Longju, and then they would have made it as well. And then I think 4, they had like they got 2 chances to play Samsung and SKT, and they went 2-0 against SKT, and then they got reverse sweeped again. I think the same thing happened last year as well. They went 2-0 and they got reverse sweeped. And it is just absolutely insane because this year KT Rolster had the all-star lineup. Okay? Now, I'm going to check this up and make sure I'm right on this, but they had Mata, they had Deft, they had Pawn, they had Score, and they had Smeb. This is literally your dream team, Korean team, almost. Except Faker's not there. But you had Mata, who was Samsung Galaxy White, right? I'm not talking about Worlds anymore right now. This is a divert. I'm just saying Samsung Galaxy got super lucky. But I wanted to talk about KT Rolster because those are some hype players too. We're very sad that they're not here in Worlds, but
I'm not that sad. I'm actually a really big fan of Samsung, but I'll let you finish, and I'll talk about that.
because you had Mata and Deft, right? People consider them the best players, they were the best players until they went to China, and they finally came back. Then you had Pawn, who everybody loves because he's like the Faker killer, but not really anymore. Then you had Smeb, who people actually considered one of the best top laners with Someday. And then you had Score, which some amazing jungler back in the day. So lots of different things, fun. And luckily, they just choke very hard. They're the unluckiest team in Korea, and Samsung made it. And for all those reasons, I'm gonna rate Samsung a little lower because they got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna get lucky at Worlds. I can feel it. Plus RNG has Uzi, 80 carry meta. He's gonna pop off. He's gonna go off. You're gonna see it here. RNG is gonna beat him. All right, go ahead.
God, I like. So maybe Samsung like lucked out into their way into Worlds, but I still think that they're better than RNG. I'm a little biased because when I was working for a small esports website, I would cover LCK games regularly. So I watched Ruler when he was a rookie, and I just a lot of this roster was still the same. It was before they had
right?
Core JJ, but then he joined after.
Okay.
I think, but he joined a little after during my time as a reporter there. But when I was watching him, I'm like, I don't know. I just like I was really impressed with the way the team played. And granted, this was like a year ago, and they still have a lot of the same players now. I just think that they're gonna be more well seasoned, and I think that they're better prepared. I don't really have a good reason for it, like the rest of this stuff, but like I have never recognize China as a region that puts out consistent teams. A lot of them, and I know that this goes back to like an old stereotype about Chinese teams always tower diving people at like really early on to like get a ton of kills.
Hmm.
Maybe that's still the case. I don't know, but my gut just tells me that Samsung's the stronger team, and I know that there are other analysts who have been hyping them up as well. I know you've been using the argument a lot of like having other experts and analysts say what their opinions are, which some of them I agree with, some of them I disagree with. But I'm gonna ride the Samsung hype train. I think QV is definitely one of the best top laners in the tournament for sure.
Hmm.
And I'm excited to see how Samsung and RNG play too. I could be totally wrong, but I know that like you're hyping up to be. I think it'll be a really good matchup.
Hell
I
yeah.
just think that'll go in favor of Samsung. So
I mean, most people think Samsung's gonna win just because Korea's always been the best and they should win first place in every single group.
hmm
But this time, I mean, you have a seasoned RNG too. Uzi, Xiaohu, MLXG, they've been to these
that's
this
true.
world.
Yeah.
So it's like, and apparently other experts are hyping up Xiaohu a lot too as
hmm
one of the best mid laners in China at least. So
Yeah, but Crown was really fucking. He made it to World Finals last year and like had his heart broken and shit. He had the cute feature.
exactly. I heard though that Crown was a little weaker for some reason this year.
hmm
Like it just doesn't fit his meta, or it doesn't feel right, or something's not right with Crown. That he's not playing at his 100% pretty much. But
hmm
who knows? I know nothing about it. I only hear stuff, and I'm kind of hyped for RNG. I just want one Korean team to not do well.
That'll be a long Jew.
What? They're still getting out with the first place team.
Immortals and Gigabyte will make it out of Group B. Longju's gonna get fucked.
Holy shit! Are you changing that on your pick'ems right now?
Absolutely not. I'm trying to win.
But yeah, so I'm super hyped about that because I feel like RNG and FS, it's a good group too. Like
Oh yeah, this is an exciting group to watch.
it's pretty much just RNG, Samsung, and G2 kind of duking it out a little
And
bit.
if Fenerbahce trying to scrape free wins. Hello.
Yep. Yep. And then if Samsung Galaxy gets second, they might play against um, one of the Korean teams. So
Assuming
then,
that the other two get out first.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's going to. But yeah, they get
Mhm.
to play the other first teams, and one of them's going to get kicked out. So I just don't want a super Korean dominant world again.
Yeah.
We know it's going to happen, but at least one of the teams can drop a little bit.
Mm.
All right. Any final thoughts on that?
Nope.
All right. Group D. TSM. Woo! World Elite. Boo! Flash Wolves and Misfits. All right.
Mhm.
You got your NA. You got your China. You got your LMS. You got your EU. All right.
All right,
Obviously, come on,
Oh,
guys.
God.
Obviously, TSM. And the reason why, obviously, is because double lift. I go wherever double lift goes.
It makes my God. Makes my skin crawl how
I've been fanboying double lift since season. I followed him a little in season when he played like Blitzcrank or something. I looked at him a little bit like, all right, this guy's kind of cool. But then it's when he started trash talking the shit out of everybody. I loved it. Best, the most excitement, most drama, most fun.
Mhm.
And then ever since then, I've been following him. CLG, it doesn't matter, TSM, whatever. If he goes to like the shittiest team, even Team Liquid, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
I mean that was cool, yeah. Paid by Steve, obviously.
Exactly. But yeah, TSM, I'm kind of hyped about them.
hmm
But at the same time, you got some good players. You got some of the best players from NA on that
Yeah.
team. So
Yeah, for me I think it's gonna be TSM taking first, World Elite taking second, and then Flash Rolls and Misfits can like fight for the scraps at the bottom. I think Misfits is gonna get fucked in this group. They might get like one game,
mhm.
maybe two. They might go like 2-4 or something, but I don't think TSM is gonna come out of this group clean. my gut tells me that they're not consistent enough or strong enough to come out like a solid 6-0. I think they'll go like a 5-1 or 4-2, but they'll come out on top.
Mm.
So that's just kind of what my gut tells me. Uh, and I just heard rumors that Flash Wolves is garbage, so I put World Elite second. That's literally my reasoning. But like,
Mm.
what's really funny is that I don't have good reasons for like a lot of these teams. I mean, my monitor's over here, so which is why I'm pointing this way. But like my pick'ems in general, like I don't have a lot of good reasons for it. It's just like my gut tells me
This is
that
gonna
this is the
happen.
way the team's gonna perform, right? And fun fact, except my for the most part, I have the same pick'ems as Deficio, except he has EDG making it over Cloud9, and he has G2 making it over RNG. So I think that that's totally justified because earlier I was talking about how I do think that Cloud9 is going to struggle getting out, but like it'll be fun to see them get out. So I just put them second. That's
Hmm.
literally just a for fun thing. But I do think that, if I'm going to talk from like a more who's going to win likelihood, EDG is a better team. And then I think Deficio has the same reason for putting G2 as I do for Cloud9. I'm sure he has more reasons as to why analytically they could get out of groups, but I think that for him it's like
Little bit of
he
ego
wants to
pride.
see, yeah, exactly, that he wants to see his baby, his his region. I mean, his baby's technically Copenhagen Wolves, but like he wants to see his region in the first seed do well. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, we had the exact same pick'ems for Group B and D, so I
Okay.
thought that was cool.
So I'm gonna toss out one thing. I'm playing based on play-in results as well, and as well as past results. But World Elite almost lost to one of the teams. I don't remember exactly which one. What were the teams in World Elite's group in play-in? It
I
was
don't
like,
remember.
yeah, but they almost lost to one of the teams, so they looked slightly shaky. Oh, Lion Gaming, Lion Gaming.
Oh yeah.
They almost lost. It was literally Lion Gaming was like miles ahead, and then for whatever reason they just tossed the game because emerging reason teams are not that great. So they probably don't know how to play the late game that well, and World Elite
Hmm.
can just pick late game. But they looked shaky. Whereas C9 dumpstered the heck out of Lion. They went 3-0 against Lion Gaming, right? And TSM could dumpster C9. I'm playing transitive property. All this stuff. If World Elite almost lost to Lion and C9 dumpstered Lion, then C9 might be a little better than World Elite. And TSM's better than C9.
What
Boom.
what analyst did you get this from? I gotta know.
That's me, man. That's me.
Oh
There's
God.
no analyst. That's me.
You've been using other people's opinions the whole time to back up your own.
Well, I
Granted, they're good opinions. I mean, like
I
they're credible.
I know nothing about. No, that one was my. I mean, the Samsung one wasn't my opinion either, or was my opinion. Like the KT Rollster,
That's fair. That's fair.
Samsung got
Yeah.
lucky. The only one that I actually used was C9 and EDG.
Hmm.
That's the only opinion that I used of other experts. I only explain other experts'
Yeah.
opinion,
But
and
you
then
were
I use
saying
my
them
own.
a lot, so it's just. But you're right. I do think that you have a valid point in pointing out that TSM is probably stronger and just like using
Mm.
Lion Gaming, I guess, as the standard. Um, it is worth noting though that TSM also had fun against Immortals, where Immortals was up 10K and then TSM won. So, hmm,
Hmm.
that'll be fun to see how it plays out in groups.
That's. I'm just saying because I only watched World Elite. I actually watched the World Elite versus Gaming's game. That's why I actually saw. Oh shit, Lion Gaming could have won.
Right.
And then I watched C9 in Lion Gaming because I'm still an NA fanboy.
Hmm.
So I saw C9 crush Lion Gaming.
Right.
It must be transitive property here. Come on, man.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I do agree TSM will come out first seed.
Yeah, I got
I feel
TSM,
really good about that.
World Elite, Flash Wolves, and Misfits.
But I don't think Mr. Riles will see any
No,
stage time.
of course not. There, he's
No.
only there if somebody gets injured or something, and he has to fill in for them.
I do think that he's really good though. Like I remember watching him in EU back when I tried to watch EU, and I was always like pretty pleased and impressed with what I saw from Mr. Riles. He also has a pretty funny name, so I like him. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty glad that TSM picked up a cool guy.
I had him in one of my fantasy teams, and he
Hmm.
put up so many numbers on Super Hot Crew.
Oh yeah,
That's why I liked him too.
yeah. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's a
he's
good player.
and he's so tall. He is
Yeah,
so tall. You see him in like TSM Legends. He's
yeah.
like he's like 6'4" or something
I
or
think
6'2".
I'm like
Holy
the perfect height to just stand there, and his dick will be in my face. 100%, dude. Probably,
Oh
bro.
man.
You know.
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Group D, you have a couple of well-named, known players. Maple, people have heard of. Karsa, people have heard of. Sword Art, popular LMS players,
Hmm.
and then everybody else, I have no clue. Like
Yeah.
World Elite, I've heard of Shie, I think, but everyone else
Yeah.
is like,
She is a pretty well popular player. Yeah.
I think I've heard of Mystic, but I don't even remember them at all. Like
Hmm.
World Elite just seems like a brand new team to me. Like
Hmm.
it's just I have nothing, and then obviously TSM fanboy, and then Misfits. I know like Power of Evil. It's like
The fucking 80 carry's name is Han Sama, man. This guy's a G. I fucking love this guy.
oh, but yeah, I mean I know nothing about Misfits. I'm just gonna say they're bad because they're the third place EU team, and I rate EU much lower
They are kind
this
of
year.
bad. If you watch their games, then I did watch some of their games. I think they're a solid team in their region. I don't think that they're gonna be that good at Worlds, but hey, they could upset. I really want to see upsets. I
Mhm.
want to be proven wrong. I don't want to be correct in my predictions because I have all three fucking Korean teams in first place in my out of groups. I don't want that to be the case though. I think it'd be really cool to see like,
Mhm.
holy shit, Fenerbahce's second seed. Like what
Just
the hell?
like
Misfits got first and TSM got Dumpster in their second. Like I would love to see that.
Just like last year. Oh shit! What's that team's name? I don't
Albus
remember.
Nox Luna.
Albus Nox Luna
Yeah,
made out of groups. Holy shit! Oh my god, world's
yeah,
coming crashing down. All right.
yeah. No, I think that'd be fun. I would love to see. I want to see things mixed up, man. I want to see good
Mhm.
competition.
Dude, they got so popular too. Those players on Albus Nox Luna, they got so popular for
Yeah,
like a brief month. And then nobody remembered them again.
yeah.
Um, final question, I guess. Who is winning all of Worlds?
SKT.
All right. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Gotta
And
go with the SKT.
and that's the end of the episode. See you.
As long as you have Faker, it's over.
I'm pretty sure SKT is gonna take it. I think there are three teams that could probably contend for maybe four. I don't know. I think Samsung could take it. Um, I just really feel in Samsung. I
Okay.
think they could do really well. I think RNG is also a really fucking good team. I really like their roster over EDG's.
Mhm.
Um, I
All
just
right.
think MLXG is such a good jungler, and you got Uzi, and I think Xiaohu's also like you said, he's getting hyped up. I didn't know that, but I know that he's a good mid laner, so I think RNG could potentially take it. Um, I'd be really surprised if Longzhu won. I'm just like the first seed from Korea actually wins Worlds. That'd be really interesting.
Didn't SKT do that multiple times?
No, well, I don't know.
Haven't they won like four? No, they won three. No, four.
They won
Three.
four, three in a row, not
Yeah.
but four. But not every time did they come out as a first seed.
Okay.
Um, I, I hesitate to say, but I do see a world where TSM wins. Um,
I see zero chance. I will
I
say zero
I
chance.
see a world where it happens.
No matter how badly I want them to win, no matter how much I fanboy over them, I will not ever zero put them above one of the, especially SKT.
Hmm.
TSM has only won one game, one series, right, against a Korean team.
I thought they won one game.
Maybe just one game.
I don't remember, but I know we talked about that. Like they won against a Korean team once or some shit.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
will not put them above Korean team, no matter what. No matter
yeah.
if my in my fantasy, I still would put SKT.
Have to expect the unexpected, which is why I'm gonna congratulate Gigabyte Marines now for winning the World Championship. Great job, guys! Holy shit!
No. The worse you no, the less you expect of TSM, the more they will do. So that's why they're not even gonna get close to winning against Korea.
Garbage out of here! Holy shit! Oh,
They were so hyped last year. They were like, "Holy shit, Samsung!" Or they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win this shit. This is gonna be the best year ever." Last year, everybody was so hyped. They were like, "Holy shit, TSM's gonna win Worlds. They're gonna beat every single Korean team," and they got absolutely dumpstered. This year, you know what? TSM sucks. It's cool. They're not gonna. They're not even gonna get.
they suck.
You know it.
Man.
But yeah.
Get this shit out of here.
But if you think about it, if you have RNG placing second in the groups, that means they're either going to play SKT, Longju, or TSM.
Right.
If they play against a Korean team, SKT or Longju, I mean, they probably don't have a good chance, right? They might, but they probably won't make it that far. Who do you think the final two teams are? SKT.
I think there's a really good chance that it'll be a repeat of last year's finals.
Like a Korean. Two
SKT
Korean.
Samsung.
Oh my god.
I think there's a good chance that'll happen again. I'm really hyping up Samsung, I know, but I really think that's quite likely.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Please, just some other region. Come on.
Fine.
I believe. I believe it.
Immortals Misfits finals.
No. Immortals TSM finals. Boom.
That's I'm gonna go. Oh.
all right. We're starting to troll all over this place here.
Nah, it's cool. But I just looked it up. Apparently, the first game tonight starts at 2 a.m. Well, the introduction is 2 a.m. and the game starts at 2:30. Are you gonna watch? You staying up till 2:30 a.m. to watch this shit?
I have no work tomorrow.
Fuck, man. I can't watch.
I'm watching it.
Are you actually?
Oh, yeah.
The opening game?
What is, who is it?
RNG versus, shit, I was just looking at it. Oh, RNG versus Fenerbahce, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. I'm not watching it.
What? Dude,
Okay.
that sounds so good. But I'll be
kidding me?
awake by 6:30 a.m. Central to watch SKT versus Cloud9. That I'm excited for.
There ain't no way it's going to go exactly planned. As
Okay.
1 hour every.
Yeah, you're right. I
I'd
mean,
say like
all right, let's be real. Fenerbahce is gonna fuck RNG 20 minutes. Samsung's gonna fuck TG2 20 minutes.
Did you say
Immortals-
Fenerbahce is gonna fuck RNG?
You heard me. Immortals Longju is gonna go like an hour and a half, and the Longju is gonna win. Gigabyte Marines is gonna shit on Fnatic, and then we'll be on time for Cloud9 SKT.
And Cloud9's gonna shit on SKT, right?
Yeah,
There we go. You heard it right here. DJ talks Cloud9 better than SKT. You heard it right here. Right here. First podcast to say that. No, the only ones I'd be excited for here, Samsung Galaxy versus G2. You know what? I just want to see how well Samsung's doing because honestly, they're just lucky. All right, that's my thought right now. So,
they're gonna smash G2.
I still feel like they're gonna smash G2, but you know what? I want to see how well they play. Actually,
Right.
I'm kind of excited about Longju versus Immortals because nobody knows anything about Immortals. Like, we've watched them in NA, but we can never compare NA to any other region because it's so hard. It's
Because
just
we're garbage.
Exactly. So no matter how hyped NA gets, second seed of an NA shit team or shit tier region, probably not going to do that well. But there's always hope, right?
Yeah.
And then SKT versus Cloud9. Those are the. Actually, EDG versus HQ is kind of cool because they're like sister teams, sort of, right? They always scrim against each other because their coaches like knows each other or something like that.
I didn't know that. That's cute.
Exactly. It's like HQ and EDG, and they're like butt buddies with scrim. So
Cool.
that's kind of exciting. So that can hype you up a little bit more.
Hell
Even
yeah, dude.
though EDG is probably gonna Rec HQ. But no, I might be excited about. I might stay up. And RNG is not that important
Yeah.
against Fenerbahce. You know, I just Fenerbahce is probably gonna win.
Oh yeah. That's 2 votes for Fenerbahce, dude.
Boom! You heard it right here. Fenerbahce World Championship 2017.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
All right. Any bets that you want to place right now?
Oh man. All right, let's bet on Group C. You think RNG's gonna make it out? I think Samsung's gonna make it out.
All right. You heard it right here. We're gonna bet something.
All right.
I'm gonna bet you a meal.
A
How about
meal?
that? Just a meal.
Okay.
Just a basic meal. You know, you're gonna take me to Alenia, 3-star Michelin restaurant. You know, it's cool. It's
I've
cool.
never heard of that restaurant.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. All right. Well, it's a 3-star Michelin restaurant in Chicago here. Costs about maybe $350, $400, $500 for a meal.
I mean, we can get some Popeyes and I'll buy you a beer.
All right, just a meal, basic meal.
Oh, you want to bet on Immortals versus Fnatic?
Not really. That one I'm very
What?
much less sure of.
Oh God, you're no fun.
I will bet on RNG versus Samsung though.
All right. That's cool.
Those are the only two differences that we had though. So,
Yeah, that's true.
um, any wild predictions for you? Wild.
I'll bet that Gigabyte Marines makes it out of groups.
All
That
right,
that would be my wild guess.
that's your wild guess.
Yeah.
All right.
What about yours?
My wild guess is TSM will make the finals. Woo! Woo! I said it. Woo! Woo!
God, this is what's wrong with TSM fans. Oh, oh. All
That's
right,
my
I'm
wild
excited
guess. That's my wild guess. I'm not saying they will. I have realistic expectations. They will only make it out of groups. And then they'll probably play against Samsung. And then they're going to get dumpstered. But
Alright,
you know
alright.
what? I have my dreams and hopes of wild guessing. And they can at least make it to finals.
All right. All right.
I said it
I
here.
mean, I did say that I see a world where they win, but it's like there's also worlds where I'm dating Emma Watson, you know. So
All right, guys. I feel like that should kind of end this episode. We're going a little bit.
all over the place,
You saw my excitement a little bit here.
gosh.
A little bit of my excitement, but yeah. Comment below on what you think we absolutely got wrong. Tell us your pick'em picks, world pick'em picks. You know, see how wrong you are compared to us. I'm just playing. Comment. Let us know how we did. Any final thoughts?
If you love this episode, make sure you subscribe. But that's really it. Thanks for tuning in. This is gonna be a double feature this week, so this episode is gonna go up the same week another episode did. But we'll figure out next week. Don't worry about it.
There probably isn't going to be a post on Monday next week. So just expect that. We'll give you double in 1 week, man. You get to see
Ugh.
twice of us
But
in
that's
1
so
week.
weird that we like miss our schedule because we want to like move this up in time. I guess that's okay.
Because we gotta let our audience know how much we love Worlds. All right, we may do like a short 20-minute episode, like the last time
Maybe
we did,
I'll
so.
finish near and we'll just do a 20-minute episode. That would be dope. And we'll just like run through that and upload that.
All right. So, got to see our excitement. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for
We'll
coming by.
check you out next week.